Alright to YouTube, another one of Kip's Clips. So things keep developing in Ukraine, just hot off the presses. That's just the back of 9 UK time. So this means these will be the stories that will be getting ran with tomorrow morning. And there seems to be a theme developing. Well, one story that's getting propagated right now, it started with The Guardian and it's already creeped out a few wee other places. Keep an eye on this. 2,000 Russian soldiers. Let me take you, this is as close to the source as I can find it. Let's see. I think AFP, I think. Russia and Sean Walker in Kiev, Harriet Salim in Sevastopol. I know I can't. G.U.N.N McCaskill. Oh dear. Russian in the West are on a collision course over Crimea after Moscow was accused of orchestrating a military invasion and occupation of the peninsula. It's pretty strong rhetoric coming out from the Western press as groups of apparently pro-Russian armed men seized control of 2 airports. Russian troop movements were reported across the territory. I'm telling you, people can throw away their subscription or their papers and their BBC and stuff. See, people in the alternative media, we're all leaps and bounds ahead of these pieces of crap. One Ukrainian official claimed late on Friday evening that 2,000 Russian troops had arrived in Crimea in military aircraft during the course of the day, and 13 Russian aircraft. Well, I put up in my channel the helicopters that were spotted. That was 8, and then there was a lot more reported. So there was helicopters. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not too military minded. Would indicate troop movements of ammo supply, stuff like that, troop movements. But anyway, where was I? 2,000 troops that arrived in the Crimea, military aircraft, 13 aircraft. Acting President, that dude, addressed the nation on Friday accusing Russia of carrying out a similar strategy in 2008 when it was effectively annexed 2 Georgian territories, those 2 in South, that one, Azerbaijan and South Ossetia. I've go and watch a few of my clips that I've said this. Are we looking at I said best case scenario, a Georgia 2.0, where the West fronts up, Georgia rolls in the troops, the West back down, and it was as you were, gentlemen. Best case scenario. They are trying to provoke a military conflict and creating a scenario identical to the Abkhaz one. When having provoked a conflict, the annexed territory, said that dude in an address to the nation. I wonder if they're talking about the Georgia last conflict, when I think it's came out and proven and admitted by both sides, and any journalist that's not a shell would be able to go and check this, that it was Georgia that started it. Go and check it out. Turchynov installed following the removal of the pro-Moscow President Yanukovych over the weekend, appealed to Putin to halt the incursion, and personally addressing Putin to stop the provocation and call back the military from the Autonomous Republic of Crimea and work exclusively within the framework of the signed agreements, he said. On Friday evening, the main Crimea air hub, Simmerfold, was still guarded by unidentified uniformed men. Later it was announced that the airport had been closed and incoming flights diverted. Right, where's this doohickey? Go and check this bad boy out. Well, I don't know, does it look like it's got less plane traffic than usual? Certainly the Crimea bit hasn't got any planes over it whatsoever. Is that normal? And then if you check that bad boy out, There's one cancelled, that was to Moscow. People who know their stuff will be able to that make more sense to them than me, but I'll leave the link for that down below. Here you've got an AFP Kiev. Russian aircraft carrying 2,000 suspected troops have landed a military airbase near the regional capital of the restrict Crimean Peninsula. A top Ukrainian official said Friday, accusing Moscow of an armed invasion. 13 Russian aircraft landed at an airport of that near Simmerfold, and nearly 100 people in each one. That dude, the Ukrainian president's special representative in Crimea, told the local ATR television channel, adding the airspace has been closed. It was not immediately clear if Russia had the right to use the base or send additional troops there under its agreement with Ukraine. So the source of this seems to be The Guardian. They've got an expanded story. All links will be below. I'll give you just a brief outline. Go and check my previous videos for earlier on the day. Like I broke all this as it was happening. Initial reports. Russia Today had tweets from local journalists, just local militiamen, all dressed in army fatigues. They're militiamen. There's a video there, let's see what that's saying. Why is that not? Well, it's just showing you the militiamen. It's trained army, it's Russian troops. Right. That was the 13 aircraft. They're trying to provoke a military conflict, like they were saying Georgia. He said, I am personally addressing Putin to stop the provocation and call back the military from the Autonomous Republic of Crimea and work exclusively within the framework. That's where it was. On Friday evening, the main Crimea air hub of Simmerpol was still guarded by unidentified, ununiformed men. Late it was announced that the airport has been closed and incoming flights diverted. I see what has happened is a military invasion and occupation in violation of all international treaties and norms, said the new Ukrainian Interior Minister, Arkarov, earlier in the day. This is a direct provocation aimed at armed bloodshed on the territory of a sovereign state. Well, if you want to really be semantic and not let the Guardian paint the picture here for you, if you want to get semantics, technically speaking, the Ukraine reverted back to the 2004 constitution. According to the 2004 constitution, there's 3 ways you can get rid of a president. Medical, if he's not fit, which he's fit, he's not declaring himself unfit, nobody's suggesting that. He resigns, he's already said he's not going to resign. Or impeachment. Impeachment takes about 4 months or something to impeach a guy properly through the proper channels and do the properly investigation. Judges go to the right separation of powers and then get him impeached that way. That's the bureaucratic layer right way of doing it. So technically speaking, this dude is still technically, so Putin can turn up and go, well, I'm speaking, the Prime Minister, or the President, sorry, has granted me the said that my troops can do what I want in the Crimea, and he is technically the President of Ukraine, and then he would be justified in what he does. And now I don't like Putin and stuff. I'm certainly not a Putin fan. I try and be fair and balanced. I'm not a Putin fan. For the good and sake of the world, I kind of like a balance. I don't like to see the American superpower, as it's perceived, being so overwhelmingly better than everybody else that there's not a balance in the world. So I like to see a better balance, but I certainly am not a fan of Putin. But what's happening in Crimea? It's a grab by the EU and NATO forces. Albright already said fuck the EU, so the US have openly declared their interests in that area. The gas pipelines, not oil pipelines, the gas pipelines, a lot of them go through there. 30%, I think, roughly, about the EU's gas comes from that region. Right, we'll leave all the links below, but there's you go, live update, breaking, rumoured 2,000 Russian troops have arrived in the peninsula. I believe there's 11,000 troops stationed in the port. However you define troops, Marines, I believe there's 11,000 troops, army men, whatever, Marines stationed at the port on that peninsula where the Black Fleet is. I can't remember where I seen the report earlier on, but there was reports of army vehicles with the insignia of the Black Fleet out on the streets in and around Sinopol, I believe it was. Don't quote me on that, I believe it was though. But there you go, a bit of breaking news. 2,000 Russian soldiers have landed. Armed invasion of Crimea, Kiev official. AFP trying to beat the drums of war. Well, there you go. I'll leave a link for all this down below. You can go and check it out. The wire expands on it. There you can see here. People use this a lot more than myself, to be honest. So, look how busy it is just there, Turkey. Nah, there's definitely nothing in and around there. And there's the base there. I was right. I knew there's the that's the base. That be an enclave makes sense. That's where the Russian base would be, I believe. Right. Anyway, YouTube, we'll leave all the links below. Thumbs it up. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus. Subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with the latest news and updates. So I'm keeping tuned to this, so you'll get all the latest and greatest breaking news here. Leave all your comments below. Check out the radio show, Glasgow Underground News Network. You'll get me and all the guys there live every Sunday from 6 to 8 PM UK time on truthfrequencyradio.com. Get yourself along to truthfrequencyradio.com. There you can see my bookmark for it there, truthfrequencyradio.com. Get yourself along there. Check out that website. It's a wee bit of something for everybody there. And leave all your comments below, good, bad, ugly and indifferent. They're all welcome. Alrighty YouTube, thanks for listening. Catchy.